You are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So we just finished watching The Sandlot. I used to call it The Sandlot Kids, but apparently it's just The Sandlot. And I think that might be used as an example of the Mandela effect. Because I remember it being The Sandlot Kids, not just The Sandlot. What the fuck is a Sandlot? What the fuck is a Sandlot without kids in it? You tell me that. But maybe it was called The Sandlot and there were kids in it. Who knows? Anyway, it was one of my favorite movies as a kid. I fucking loved it. All of it. Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Yeah. Squeak, that little kid with the fucking glasses who basically sexually assaulted a lifeguard but ended up marrying her, having 9 kids. The token black guy. James Earl Jones, the blind cunt at the end. All of it. Benny stealing home at the end. I still remembered some of the fucking lines. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. When that fat, freckly cunt's giving him s'mores. S'mores. He looks like he had a few. He looks like he took a few takes on that fucking shot. Anyway, that's a good kids film. Dennis Leary's the dad. Fucking the mum looks like a female Ray Liotta. I don't know who she is. But it's a good fucking flick. It's got everything. And I loved it growing up, so I wanted to show my son. I tried showing him when he was like 5, but he wasn't fucking old enough to pay attention. Or maybe it was like 4, because he just wouldn't sit there. But now he's a little bit more switched on and he knows what's going on. He knows nothing about baseball though. Absolutely nothing. I bought him a baseball glove, I don't know, last year sometime. And I was like, let's go down to the park and do some throwing. And within like 10 minutes, I'm like, let's go home. Catch the fucking ball. Just put your glove in the fucking way, all right? Anyway, my son fucking loved it. And that's a cool thing. It's cool to be able to go, all right, this is what I liked when I was a kid. Have a look. Does it still hold up for this kid? Sandlot does. Lion King does. There's a few other things I've showed him that he likes as well, but not that much. Like Mr Squiggle. In Australia, there was this fucking TV show and this weird... Look it up, Mr Squiggle. It's fucking a little bit insane. But this Mr Squiggle fucking insane looking puppet used to come down from fucking the moon in his puppet rocket ship. And Mr Squiggle was a puppet with a fucking pencil for a nose. And autistic 1990s kids and late 1980s kids would send in a drawing of just like a couple of lines, a squiggle, like a circle and a squiggle somewhere. And it was Mr. Squiggle's job with his puppet pencil head to draw something out of the squiggle. And it's kind of like trippy, the whole thing. It's real fucking weird. We used to love it as kids. I used to fucking love it. But it is like 1990s bogan Australia. I remember Mr. Squiggle's drawings being unbelievable, like full artwork. But Mr. Squiggle's drawings, because we've watched quite a few, are pretty dodgy. Real dodgy. Because someone's moving his puppet head to do these drawings. And they're not really lining up. And I don't know how many kids were actually sending in squiggles either. I think it was all a fix. Anyway, the kids loved it. How could you not love it? It's psychotic. Mr. Squiggle, the man from the moon. And he had other characters as well. The blackboard, he was a grumpy cunt. The other shit as well. Anyway, I was thinking back to some of the other movies I liked growing up. So I can show my son and see where he's at. Well, I was thinking about it. One of the movies I watched the most, there was Stand By Me, which I fucking loved. But that's a lot. That's more like, you got to be like at least 10 or 11, 12, something like that. Even still, there's a lot going on there. But I watched that when I was real young. The other one I watched, which is even more psychotic, is My Girl with Macaulay Culkin. That's not for kids. Like, it's a kid's movie, I think. But he fucking gets stung to death by bees. My son was like hiding under the pillow because he was scared of the fucking beast out of the Sandlot Kids. How is he going to deal with Macaulay Culkin dying? And the other movie I watched when I was a kid, and I have no idea why. I have no idea why my parents let me watch this, like, continuously. All these movies we watch continuously. Like, My Girl was on all the time, Stand By Me. And the other one was Beaches. Beaches with Bette Midler. And her friend's like dying of cancer. For some reason, when I was like 9, I'm just watching Beaches, just getting my fucking heart torn out and just singing, "Did you ever know that you're my hero?" So that's a lot for like, I would have been 9 or 10, maximum 10, when I started watching all these movies. That's a lot of emotional baggage to be processing. That's outside of life. That's outside of what was happening actually as a 10-year-old. I was also trying to process like My Girl and Beaches and fucking Stand By Me. Fucking Corey Feldman's dad beating the shit out of him. Ray Bauer on the fucking tracks. Macaulay Culkin just picturing his body just plump and fucking stung. Just crying because the girl lost her best friend. And I think they tried to make him My Girl too. What are you going to do? Give her another friend and make him die by snake bite or something? How are you going to top that? Oh, she found a new best friend and he hung himself. Jesus Christ. I won't be fucking showing him any of those. It's a lot. I was able to handle it somehow. Not well, but you know. Anyway, it's fucking daylight savings. Well, it was the end of daylight savings yesterday, so everything's bought back or forward. Who gives a shit? It doesn't change my life at all. Just makes me a little bit tireder for one day. So that's all for today, and I'll see ya the fuck later.